Y'all, we are live here, y'all. Taps Tuesday here at Icon Sports Southeast. Another great day. A lot of stuff happened today, y'all. I can tell you that. It is Taps Tuesday. Boy, I tell you. Let's get everybody on. Wake up, coach.
Hey, wake up.
Coach, it's Taps Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
Man, another great day in this region.
Yep. As
One
always.
down, couple more to go.
That's right. So,
Tell
what's
you
up,
this
coach? I
time.
didn't miss anything, did I? You were just kind of slowly getting into the gel of everything, huh?
Oh, yeah. John Ray, you don't even know how to get on here till I send you the link. I done sent you the link before. You ain't know how to get on here. Big blood chicken in. Y'all, it is Taps Tuesday.
Yeah. They going to
Man, it
be
was a
all right.
sad day in the Mobile County public school system today. Boy, a lot of stuff got handed down today. I think I need to go back and play taps again. Telling you. I'm gonna play it one more
There's gonna
time.
be more taps. I don't want to talk about it too much, but there's gonna be some
Here we go.
things.
There is no need to worry. Taps is being played tonight. You know who you are. You know what happened today. But we gonna play taps anyway.
And there's some people that just got to life too late. They're just already dead.
We know.
Blame it on your boss. Blame it on your principal. But we know you wanted the paycheck either way.
I'm telling you.
But the
Y'all, it's just another Taps Tuesday.
You might as well put them in the convalescent home.
That is, y'all. Taps Tuesday once again. I'm telling you. Yeah, boy. I can tell you this, man. It's
Home
a
health
lot.
care. Home
Go
health.
ahead, Jeff. Go ahead.
I'm making a joke. I'm saying, what is that? Where it's like home health care, like you got 2 weeks or whatever, or a week, and they
Oh
come in
yeah,
and the nice nurses and everything's all like Martha Stewart, but it's almost like you're on your way out.
man. I can tell you this, boy. It don't get no better up at Viking. I can tell you that. And that's all I'm gonna say. Um,
Yeah,
boy, when it
I'm changing
rains,
my
it
mind about
pours.
that about a lot of games. I'm changing my mind about a lot of things.
Tell you, man. Boy, it's a lot going on out there in Pritchard. Um, you know,
The real
man, I
Pritchard.
don't even know what to say, man. People are weird these days. I'm gonna say that. You know, people are weird, and everybody wants you to like them. So everybody want to crack jokes, and, about things that's really touchy. You know, I know there's a lot of people pissed off up on Lot Road today after what they heard was said um, about the kids from Blunt. Uh, y'all, it's gonna be some sad kids at Varga tomorrow. I can tell you that too. Before it even hit the breaking news, y'all, we know what happened at Varga today. Man, I tell you, man, you gotta be careful how you treat people, Jeff. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful how you treat people. I'm telling you. Everybody riding a high horse. Man, I'm telling you, you just gotta take one breath at a time, Joe. You know,
No doubt.
it's gonna be some sad kids at Viking tomorrow when they find out what happened. Mobile County Public School System uh made a call today. Yeah, what goes around comes around. Karma is something else. I'm telling you, John Ray said that better than anybody. Man,
You
you
know,
gotta be careful how you treat people.
my thing is, I don't even know anything of what you're talking about.
Oh no, matter of fact, I
It's
done left
almost
you
like,
out of the blue.
but I'll say this: it's almost like I've really tried to stay away from it after even 3 o'clock today. Like almost just not even get on my phone until I got the link to link up with you and the showcase here. I mean, or the showcast, whatever you want to call it, podcast, the show. Until we went live, I just tried to stay away from anything that was seemed like media political.
I'll tell you, man. This the time that I really hate being in the media. Um, you know, some people call us article writers.
Well,
The
you need
media is
that.
only
I
article
don't know what
writers.
people think about that, but you do need that. If you don't have that, one day these other guys are going to die off, and you're going to be wondering who's going to write the article and have care and passion. Is it going to be a computer? Is it going to be a robot writing about your kid, just regurgitating some useless information, or is it going to be somebody that literally with their eyes went and watched your kid live and in living color and has watched multiple film and huddles on your kid and got scouting
Man,
mentors and resources to look at your child? Not just let's just spit an article out because we're so and so so and so.
exactly. KT Thorne taught me how to research information, how to hold your tongue. Y'all, we don't release anything that we feel is detrimental to a kid. Um, y'all, if we made this announcement, Jeff, did you see it in the private chat?
Let me
It,
look right now. Hold on.
yeah, look in the private chat. Um, if we release that information,
Oh wow.
it would devastate some kids at Vital. I'm talking about literally somebody ain't gonna want to go to school no more. I'm telling you, man, it's y'all. That's why we very careful. Uh, y'all, we very careful on what we release because we don't want a kid to make a rational decision based off of feelings.
Yeah, I mean, irrational. If you didn't
Yeah,
hear that,
irrational.
that
I'm
is
sorry.
what he said, but it was just so fast that I heard it.
Yeah,
I'm just making sure everybody else understands you that that's what you
yeah,
said. An
yeah.
irrational
We
decision.
don't look. We don't want to make you to make and think it's a rational decision
Right.
by doing something that's detrimental to your future.
Student athlete
Yeah,
future and career as a well. And I'll say this too. This is what kids need to learn right now and their families. And this is why you've got to be more proactive, maybe even before sixth grade. No magnet school, private school, unless you're for sure type bona fide moves for sure, 110% knowing the legalities and the rules. So it's just one of those things where people got to understand. You need to do your research and you need to know what you're doing because you get caught up in some stuff that you just didn't expect, and then the time is not on your side.
the
Basically.
biggest confusion in the educational system in Mobile County starts when you got these magnet schools and private schools trying to get these kids in middle school, and you don't have the magnet high schools to go along with the magnet middle schools. Anybody can go to Clark Shaw, Phillips, O'Shea Road, any of those Dunbar, Mertz. I can go down a list and name all the magnet schools. But why is it no magnet high schools to match those magnet middle schools that are producing these academic kids that now they just go, man, it's almost like the Wild Wild West. When the kids leave Phillips and Clark and Dunbar, now they can go anywhere they want to go. And man, it's like a dysfunctional, you know, I'm talking about, man, it's just dysfunction at a high level.
Yeah, well, I mean, most of them end up at a private school of their choice anyway. So, I mean, it's just, and what can we say about that? I mean, that's not that it's a wrong choice. You look around and you look at all the private schools locally with Division I recruits, and instead of a magnet school, because you don't know what that magnet school is feeding into, especially since we have, some schools with school choice, which my thing is this: how long is it going to be before the DeSantis law thing like happened in Florida, since we're trying to keep up with Florida, where basically any kid can just go to whatever school they choose to?
Exactly.
And maybe they should. And you know what? Here's the thing. You remember all the times you and some other people have been like, what if they just combine these schools? Well, it almost happened by like default, because the schools nobody wants to go to will just become like 1A schools.
Okay, we say that LaFleur Magnet is the magnet high school. How many kids actually go there in the magnet program?
Not more than make 35 on the football team or so, huh?
Man, we can cross the bridge and go over in Daphne and Fairhope, the IB programs over there, man. It's diverse as you ever gonna get. Man, you got Vietnamese kids, you got Mexican kids, you got black kids, you got white kids, you got Hispanic kids. Man, you got all kind of kids in those IB programs, where in Mobile is no diversity. In those magnet high schools, everybody say LaFleur is the magnet high school. How many Vietnamese kids go there? How many Mexican kids go there? How many Asian kids go there? How many white kids go there? And that alone should let you know that school is not meeting those requirements. It's supposed to randomly pick a academic kid for a magnet school until you get to high school. And everybody probably wonder, why in the hell are they talking about this? These are the reasons why Saraland, Satsuma, and Chickasaw are thriving right now. Those kids at Chickasaw Middle School automatically know that they're going to Chickasaw High School. Those kids at Saraland Middle School, they know they're going to Saraland High School. Those kids at Satsuma Middle School, they know that they will be going to Satsuma. But if you tell me what high school half of the kids at Dunbar going to, half of the kids at Phillips are going to, half of the kids at Clarkshaw are going to, I guarantee you, it's less than 10% of those kids going to one particular school.
That's why you hate to make fun of it, but it's just the God's honest truth. I've made fun of the last couple of years some Mobile County public school system schools that have done a signing day, when it's almost like, dude, you're a choice school. Half these kids aren't even going to go here if they don't live in the district. So who are you signing? Only the district kids? It's not like the Scarborough kids or really, like you said, Saraland Middle, they don't even do it. That's the thing. They don't even want like the publicity. It's almost like, no, we don't even want people to know how many studs we already got going to the middle school. So some people act like, oh yeah, we did this. It's painting pretty picture stuff. Again, it's like they're trying to be like a city schools, like what a Thompson would do or somebody like that, but it's just not.
I'm gonna tell you like this, Jeff. You got Scarborough Middle School, you got Chastain, you got Sims. Those are the feeder schools for Blount. Not the whole school, a portion of the school. Mm-hmm. All right. So when a kid leaves Sims Middle School, half of them are going to where? Mayor G. Montgomery or Blount.
Right.
Simple as that. Ain't no other school in between Mary G or Blunt. All right.
Mhm.
Where does all the Mary G kids come from?
Sims, Wilmer.
Sims. So if 100% of the Mary G kids are coming from Sims, why can't the 100% of the kids that go into Blunt go to Blunt? All right. That's one school. Now let's go to Causey. Where does the Causey kids go to school?
Baker.
Baker. 100% of the Causey kids go to Baker. Not 10% go to Davidson, none of that. 100% of the kids at Causey Middle School goes to Baker. All right. Now let's trickle over to Theodore. Theodore get kids from Burns. Theodore get kids from Hankins. Those are the two middle schools. But the percentage that they get from Burns is only about 5%.
Right, because this is what's so weird about Burns. Only one of the only schools I know of. Okay, okay, let's say Chastain. Yeah, like 90% Blunt, maybe 85 or 80, but in some years there was 20 or less to go into Viger. You know what I mean? But it's always been less and less.
Exactly.
It was set up that way. Okay, but Burns, only school I know. Main feeders almost split. Murphy and Davidson, and then gives kids to Theodore, and then loses kids to St. Paul's and Spanish Fort, or McGill. I'm just like, and you know what? When I was in middle school in the late 90s, they were the whipping boy of everybody. You know, and it's just like, how in the world do they have this many kids going to that school? And they're still not the biggest school. They just have so much talent in that metropolis going to that one school, because Sims is the biggest middle school in the state. And then Causey is not very far. You know, we're talking about like 20 or less kids from being right up there with them. And then they're going to build the new high school. I guarantee you there's going to be a new middle school. If not now, eventually.
All right. Check this out, Jeff. 100% of the Mobile County Training School kids go where? Viger. 100.
100.
100%.
100.
All right. Now, where does Viger get the rest of their kids from?
Maybe a few
Chastain.
Right.
Okay, just say, what's the percentage you think of Viger kids that Viger get for Chastain? About 20, 15, 20%?
Yeah, and maybe even sometimes.
Think about this now, Jeff.
13.
Think about this.
13 to 10%. So,
13 to 10%.
Right.
Where does the other kids go? Davidson.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Chastain got kids. That go to
brothers that played for Davidson somehow.
Oh my God!
But that's also that weird, like, mama lives over there in like Cabana or Yester Oaks, and you know, now their paperwork's with mom instead of dad or the grandma over here.
So when are most decisions made on where the kid is going to high school, middle school?
Yeah.
So really, can we blame any high schools on what's taking place for as pride? And, you know, don't you think that the Mobile County Public School System schools don't have the same school pride as Saraland, Satsuma, or Chickasaw? And even Mary G. Montgomery. I mean, you know, Mary G. Montgomery can literally say, we got all our kids.
Right.
You know.
Well, no, they can't. And that's the thing.
Oh, okay.
They can act like they can, but that's just a bald-faced lie. And that's why I laughed the first time.
Boy, Q hit it. Hey, Q hit it right on the head. There's no pride in the city. This Mobile City has no pride. So,
that's true.
With that being said, is it easy to get a kid from Mobile to go to Saraland, Chickasaw, Satsuma?
Yes.
I'm talking about, I'm talking about literally, if it's no pride if nobody in my neighborhood worry about me, what high school I go to, none of the above, does it really matter that I go to St. Paul?
Right. Well, I mean, used to
You know,
it was Davidson. You were not gonna not go to Davidson. Used to be Daphne because Glen Vickery was there. So I mean, like there was
think
gonna
about
be
Mercy.
yeah, and Murphy too. And even when Ron, people can say what they want to, but when Ron Lee was there, he was producing Division I players, and when Coach Colley was at Murphy, they were still hitting hard on a
So,
national recruiting level. You know what I mean?
all right,
So
check this out though, Jeff. I'm about to hit a home run. I'm about to hit a home run. Where does all the Pillars kids go?
Theodore
Say
or
about,
Murphy?
say about not all of them. Just say about 85%. 85% of the Pillars kids go to Pillar. I mean, go to BC Right.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Where does the other 15% go? Wherever they want to go. Spanish Fort. I'm talking about in the years past, y'all. Pillars
Theodore
has had
or Murphy?
more kids. Pillars has had more kids to go probably to at least 20 different high schools in the last 25 years.
That should be no
You know,
excuse. One of their former head coaches is an AD over at Murphy, and I was shocked to see his name as the AD over there.
how about this, y'all? Davidson gets some of Pillars now. They got the apartments that, those kids used to go to Maine's back in the day. Pillars inherited those kids out there on Pleasant Valley. At the beginning of Pleasant Valley, I mean, not Pleasant, I mean, Azalea Road on the opposite end, on the Halls Mill Road side, that's Pilling zone. All that is Pillings till you get down there. Once you pass Covenant Christian, once you get past Covenant Christian, go across that creek,
Yeah,
that turns into Burns.
I hate to say it. It's just the God's honest truth, and Q just called it. Yeah, man, Gulf Shores, like it ain't Gulf Shores no more. So they thought they were like getting people down there, like some athletes or something, but that's just gonna make the program worse now.
Yeah.
They don't care who they're getting, and even Blunt's got better kids right now. That's what people don't understand because Blunt's really the new Shaw. So now you've just made Blunt look like a magnet school out on Lott Road.
Exactly.
I mean,
every kid in Mobile County wants to go to Blunt, and you got the adults in every area. Everybody wonder where I'm going with all this, Jeff. They wonder why we started with middle schools. Blunt is probably the only school in Viger that get kids that want to go to their school.
Hey, Q, you're right.
I want to go to Viger.
They got killers and shooters in Gulf Shores. That's right. I won't even go down to Gulf Shores anymore to go to the beach. So
if you can't get into Denton, you go to school at Chester.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot Denton is a magnet school.
Right.
What purpose? What's the purpose of Denton Magnet? Is it just to keep a school open? Why they won't make Callaway Smith a magnet? You know why they won't? Because Dunbar around the corner.
Yeah, I was about to say it's location.
Y'all, literally, Dunbar is 1.5 blocks from Callaway. Y'all, you can walk in the street on Lawrence Street, and if you're a quarterback, you can throw a rock and hit Dunbar Building from Callaway.
Yep. Q, everything you're saying is true, man.
Oh no, Gulf Shore Police had a thing on their hand last night, y'all. They had 7 different agencies that responded to that shooting down in Gulf Shores last night.
Nah, Coach, that shouldn't ever happen, man. I ain't gonna get into it, but it's just that just goes. They're done. They're done because of all that. They're done. They're not screening people. That like this should have never happened, man.
So
this would have never happened in Spanish Fort. You know how I say it? You remember how I tell you things like this would have never happened at Viger. There's reasons why. There are
yeah,
reasons why.
Why? I know some people like, where the hell is KT going with this? If it's no school pride, but why does Viger and Blount have so much school pride? Have you ever thought about that, Jeff?
I was reading that comment about somebody just said, you know who at them games at Chestang, Viger and Blount, never Davidson High School. Right, but it's because there's some brothers and just mixed, like basically broken family type stuff, and kid decides to go over there to live with the other parent, and it is what it is, man. That's a big district. People don't understand. Very big district. And it's just right around the corner from those schools.
And my thing is this: a lot of those kids, Davidson know they're gonna get those kids. Them kids ride the bus to Chestang, so Davidson they don't have to worry about going because them kids got to ride a bus to go to Chestang.
Right.
So it's almost like we don't have to go over there. But those kids gain a heritage that they get to take back to a Davidson. And y'all, we talking about winning. Man, those kids get to see trophies in the trophy cases from the 60s, 70s, 80s at those Viger and Blount feeder schools that no other kid in the city of Mobile gets to see. Mayne's closed, so the Williamson kids can't see those championship trophies that Mayne's were winning back during the day. So if they don't get to see those trophies, they don't think that they're winners. So now if St. Paul UMS, somebody who's been winning state championships lately, say, ooh, I got y'all a scholarship to come over to our school, it's prestigious. But Williamson can say, yeah, man, I got you a spot to play on the roster, and it means nothing to those kids. Because the kids don't see the prestige of winning at that particular school. Now, if you go to Fife is K through 12. Fife winning state championships at state championships. Y'all, when those kids are in the first, second, and third grade, they get to see people win championships. And y'all, it builds a school pride like no other. Y'all, when Saraland went to the state championship, they took the trophy back through the elementary school and the middle school. So all the kids can enjoy this because all of us is one Saraland. And the mayor of Mobile always say it's one Mobile. No, it's not. It's two different one Mobiles. Right. I'm just gonna say that. It's the one Mobile Monday through Thursday, and then it's the other one Mobile Friday through Sunday. Right. And then having the people on Sunday caught on the Bayway trying to come back.
That's where it's even deeper than any type of tradition. It's culture matters. You know what I'm saying? Where the Blount, it's going to be looking like that Tuskegee video and Jackson State and LSU. I mean, like it's going to be a party, man. It's a parade. It's a carnival. You know what I mean? It's a week-long thing after the big win to the next win. For the people, it may not be for the players. They're locked in and having to focus on, on to the next one. Do your job one game at a time, one play at a time. But for the crowd, the football family, the community, they're celebrating for another week. But some schools, it's just okay. And now we got testing on Monday or Tuesday. They're not thinking about testing. They're like, the test will be this next Friday night because I need my boy to look like, second coming of Mike Vick or Randy Moss or something out here. I mean,
but Jeff,
but that's Blount and Viger. You see what I'm saying? That's where, that's
man. But you can say testing. Man, them kids don't hit nothing but game on Friday. Right. They don't give a damn about no testing.
Bro, I'm talking
but here it is. Here it is, though, Jeff.
Fall out.
Here it is, Jeff. As soon as that game ends on Friday night, that attention turns toward what? Testing on Monday. That's the difference. Why? This is what I mean is something missing at Williamson. It's something missing at some of the other schools. This is why they can't win state championship. Because they don't get to see other people get celebrated enough in their younger years.
Yeah.
What Williamson is building is something special. It might take a couple more years to get there, but they're going to get there. You know why? Because a kid that starts the 6th grade at Williamson is not going to let nobody talk about them by the time they make it to the 10th, 11th grade, if they're still there. Because it's going to be, this is my school. And you ain't going to talk about my school. That's the ownership that y'all I see a lot at Blount. Those kids already knew in the 6th grade they were going to Blount. Blount was my school. I want to go to Blount. I want to go to Viger. A lot of kids, what are the kids at Burns saying? Shit, I want to go out there too. They supposed to be getting ready to go to Davidson and Murphy. And then, you know, they sit around, shit, I don't want to go there either. I want to go to St. Paul's. So what just happened? A part of your school pride, Davidson, is at St. Paul's if that kid goes there. And that's where I'm going with all this. What everybody keep wondering why Viger keep winning. Viger get kids from Mobile County Training School that know in the 6th grade, I'm going to Viger. It's kids at Chastain, shit, man, I stay in Viger zone. I'm going to Viger. And it don't matter if St. Paul, UMS, anybody come over there try to get them, they gonna still go to Viger. And see, that's what's missing, Joe. That's what's missing. So today, tomorrow, Viger gonna get some bad news. And guess what they're gonna do, Jeff? They're gonna keep moving because they're used to adversity anyway. But if the same news would be handed down at another school, you might have kids trying to transfer. And y'all, this is why when Coach McKenzie left Murphy, a lot of kids jumped ship. Because it wasn't no school pride. If if you had school pride, the kids would have stayed. And that's the thing that I see is happening. And really think about this. If you got a 6th grade kid at UMS, right, what do you think that kid think he going to high school at, Joe?
What, UMS, right? If they go to middle school?
All right. Think about this.
Well, I just didn't hear you.
Yeah, think about this though, Jeff. If I go to St. Mary's, Heart of Mary's, name some of the private Catholic schools. What's the one on Government Street? Little Flower, any of those Catholic schools. What high school I plan on going to? McGill Tulane, right? No brainer. I'm sure I'm be.
Yeah, any Catholic school is connected to really the one Catholic school. But what's so weird is kind of like how you talking about kids wouldn't jump. Some of those kids jump to like a St. Paul's or something.
Exactly.
They're Catholic.
Exactly.
All of a sudden they're going to St. Paul's, and it's like. Okay,
but you're talking about majority
parishes,
Think about this though, Jill. Majority gonna rule. So if 90% goes to McGill and the rest of the 10% goes elsewhere, the 90% is gonna overrule the 10. But see what's happening at the Mobile County Public Schools, they're not getting the 90%. They might get 65. They might get 50. They might get 80. But the 20% that they're losing are the studs. Y'all, Robert Woodyard, Daniel Miller, and all of them with the Pillars. Where did they go to school at? Williamson. You know why? Because they were zoned for Williamson. So at the end of the day, what are them kids? Man, them kids told me they 7th grade year they was going to Williamson. I went and did an interview on them. That's when I first started working with Icon Sports Southeast. Well, back then it was just Icon Sport out of Montgomery. And when I went and did the article on them, it was just, them kids was, I'm going to Williamson. And think about this, Jamarcus Russell, he played at Pillars. Where did he go? Williamson. So these kids already knew they were going there. You know, Jamarcus Russell started as a ninth grader at Williamson. But what if he would have said, "Nah, I don't want to go to Williamson no more. I want to go to UMS Wright. UMS Wright offered me a scholarship." But the pride kicked in and said, "No, I'm going to Williamson." Nick Fairley, where I'm going, Williamson. And you know, that's the pride that I think is being ripped away from a lot of the kids these days. You know, a lot of it, you know. If I was the OC at Faith, we would bring a ring. Daniel Miller was on for BC Ryan. He set out his ninth grade year. But where did the kids say he was going? That's the point. These kids are going where they say they're going. And if the mama would have made them go to BC Ryan, guess what would have happened? It would have been a disaster. That's all I'm saying. We got 8th grade parents right now don't know where their kids going to school at. And it's 4th quarter, Jeff. I saw somebody say it's only 9 Mondays left. Somebody counting the Mondays right now. One of the coaches or teachers. It says 9 Mondays left.
I hate to tell people, but there's gonna be some people leave after spring training.
Man, come on.
I'm just being honest. And there's open spots at other places, but I'm gonna be honest with you about something else, man. I ain't sold. I mean, like there's a lot of things I've been like hearing, like the other people, they even too late. It's like, man, I know you took that check, I know you took that money, but are you really gonna be ready for? You're gonna be like somebody else. You take the money and run. You're gonna be on a stepping stone next to your next assistant coach job. You may never get a head coaching job at the end.
Exactly.
It may be even the first game. So
I know a lot of people
like you know everything. There's a lot of know-it-alls out there. They need to check their ego at the door, man.
My thing is this, and everybody just need to be careful what they listen to, because people can contradict themselves very easily. They can say, "Oh man, you can't predict what's gonna happen." But we talk football 365. We never know what's gonna happen. At some point, we're gonna go back and say, "Well, I thought." At some point, we're gonna correct ourselves. But y'all, we're going to give you an opinion.
Put that last comment on the screen, Coach. That's the best comment of the year right there for those schools, especially right there. That's all. That's in a nutshell.
One thing that's noticeable about a Blunt and a Viger, their pride is bigger than sports. This is the success that those schools have had in sports is a result of their pride. But Q, here go the thing, and you know, Eagle Bob was going to Slow Coach Stone. It just hit the. I know ways to finish. But see, Q, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. I still say you gotta be UMS, you gotta be Fate Academy, you gotta be Gulf Shores in whatever order, and then whoever left gonna make the 4th spot. That's just my opinion. Why? Those 3 schools have school pride. You can't tell a Gulf Shores middle school kid that he's not going to Gulf Shores High School. The only thing you can tell that kid is we might have a couple kids to move in. So that percentage goes from 100% to down to about 96 or 97%, because the other 3% comes with transfers in at those middle schools. But by the time those kids get to be 10th graders, the school pride is built. I know my son went and checked on the Den and Ryan and Bible visited St. Paul Young Miss. Just felt better.
Yeah,
for him, it may not
Gulf
be
Shores
for everyone.
Done, bro. Gulf Shores is
exactly.
Done. Gulf Shores about to be. if people thought the Mobile County Sheriff Office was bad here lately, they about to be down there in Gulf Shores helping them.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all this.
They're in desperation mode anyway because they haven't been able to win with the talent that they had. They can't. I mean, really and truly. Yeah, the scoreboard said one thing, but physically, Faith Academy whipped them last year. Not on the scoreboard, but physically.
I got a picture I'm gonna put on the screen.
And I'm rooting for them too. After all that happened down there, man.
Oh,
that wasn't no accident. It wasn't like it's all like there's some new attraction.
Those weren't Gulf Shores people now. I don't want nobody to think that
Coach,
the incident that happened in Gulf Shores,
though, because of the whole football thing, though. That never happened in Gulf Shores before.
No, that was Baymonette people and Farrell people. Shores. Yeah, they were in Gulf Shores because Baldwin County on spring break.
Okay, whatever.
Baldwin County on spring break. I don't want nobody to think
it ain't happened before yet.
Yeah. It's just an isolated event. It's an isolated event, you know. But that's not gonna stop Gulf Shores from beating nobody else. I can tell you that.
They're done, coach. Ain't nobody gonna want to move down there now. When has that happened in Saraland lately? No. Has that happened in Spanish Fort? No.
It ain't gonna matter, Jim. That's a Baldwin County thing. No, them people bounce back quicker.
It's a I don't.
We're not talking about Mobile where everybody talk down and man, we talking about a thriving community down there in Gulf Shores.
It's done got pretty hot, man.
You know, it's gonna be different. You know, it's a different environment. Orange Beach, you know, they got people that moved in as well. So, you know, it's definitely a tourist.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's not a family place. I'll go ahead and say it.
I can tell you this, I'd rather be at the beach right now.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. In Saraland and Spanish Fort would never happen.
But they don't have to play Saraland or Spanish Fort.
Right, because they're not on that level. And they hadn't won.
Yeah, they finally they don't want to go up. See, they need to get the control.
Hold on. Coach, timeout, stop. Who won 5A last year? Charles Henderson?
Ramsey?
Huh?
Ramsey?
Okay. Who won 5A the year before? We all know.
Pleasant Grove?
No, Viger, right?
Viger was 4A.
Okay, so Pleasant Grove. Okay, my bad. Okay, so Pleasant Grove won last year. Okay, still no Gulf Shores. They haven't won anything.
I know y'all don't want Gulf Shores to win. Gulf Shores gonna win, man. I just like to be the bearer bad news.
They ain't gonna win with that kid. I ain't rooting for him, man. I'm just gonna let the show know right now. I ain't pulling for them. I got a lot of stuff. I don't care. I'm gonna pull for Spanish Fort 110%. A lot of other kids, I'm not pulling for that team. I'll go ahead and say it right now. I guarantee you, Q ain't pulling for him either.
Well, I can tell you this. As long as kids down there, I don't care who wins. I can tell you that.
I know you don't, but I'm gonna pick some people over them. We're definitely gonna be Faith Academy. Faith Academy, if you wanted a fan, I'm your number one. And I graduated from Mobile Christian, so there you go.
I want y'all to look at this this profile. Super 31 profile of Ronnie Royal, 2024 athlete, Gulf Shores School. He's from Alexandria, Alabama. The kid is from Alexandria, Alabama. And nothing wrong. People made a bona fide move, all that good stuff. That's what Gulf Shores have become, a tourist city. So when events happen like they did last night, as long as it don't happen again tomorrow or this week, those people gonna bounce back.
Coach, you can't sell that. No, that's just should have did a better job. It's over with. All I know is this: you can say what you want to on paper. I'm gonna go until some kids graduate from Faith Academy. I don't care. They need 3 of him over there. I'm not picking them. You can like them, we can support them, but I'm just telling you, I'm not. It ain't a big deal to me. Good for that kid. Is he not signed with Florida State yet? They've been recruiting him for forever. What's the deal? Pull the deal on it, man. Pull the plug.
Y'all, it's Taps Tuesday here on the show, y'all. I'm telling you. Y'all, we done started the show off.
Don't worry about what I say, man. I got my reasons for a lot of things. There's some crooked people over there on that coaching staff. That's some assistant butt kissers, and I'm just being honest, man. I'm just being honest. They some like feminine men. Just like I ain't pulling for them, man. It's a painting. That's what that is. It's a painting pretty pictures thing about like Mobile County Public School System. So I don't pull from any of those teams.
Oh yeah, but my thing is this: one person not pulling for them, they're not gonna worry about it. They're just like any other school.
They need some bulletin board material. There's other people that don't like other teams. Okay, I said it out.
Exactly.
Fate should be clapping right now. They should be like around the gallery at Augusta. They should be like, "Oh, Coach Ford said he's going to want to buy a maroon chair this year at our games." Season 2. Good.
But at the end of the day, Joe, this is why this show is so needed. It's different views on the same platform. At least you're not saying that you hate the kids.
Oh no, not like any of the kids. It has nothing to do with the kids. It's just like, hey, I'll put it to you like this. Oh wait, hold on. I can say this because I deserve to. There's been a lot of places that I worked where I love the kids and coach the kids, and you would have never known. But I couldn't stand the people I was working for.
Exactly.
Some of the biggest scum on planet Earth. But the kids. Well, the kids knew. I didn't have to say anything.
Oh yeah. That's why it's very important for the kids to be in an environment that's positive, positive environment where you got majority of the people on the same page, going in the same direction. I never forget. I read the article, the Call News, and one of the kids said everybody wanted Sarah Lane to lose. I want. It wasn't everybody. It must be everybody they knew. I know I wasn't one of the ones who wanted them to lose.
Man, saying I need help with something. It wasn't the kids. Man, it ain't got nothing to do with the kids. It has to do with who's surveying the community. You got to have full-on parking lot duty at a place like the Hangout and Floribama and places like that. So it should have never happened. Somebody dropped the ball, man. Just like somebody dropped the ball up there at that school in Nashville. There's no excuses. So for you to be like, you're just trying to take up for people that's full of excuses. And I ain't going to do it. I ain't the one, man. That's some Karen stuff when men come up on here on the show and be like, no, dude, I ain't the one. I ain't got no sympathy for you. Should have been more professional. Should have never happened.
Yeah. When you take things for granted, things pop up.
Hey, I'll say this right now. It sure is funny. Theodore's a safer place to live than Gulf Shores. Ooh. Davidson's a safer place to live than Gulf Shores. Ooh. Truth hurts, man.
Boy, I tell you, it's gonna be interesting with Gulf Shores, and I'm just sitting here watching.
People in love with pretty pictures, man. Bob Ross couldn't paint a picture pretty enough to ignore this right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you this.
That's right. Faith's running. That's right. Faith's gonna run it this year, man. I'm with Faith 110%. I don't bet, but if I was a betting man and I had to breathe to live, that would be my breath. I can't do anything about the echo in here, John Ray. I can come out and come back in.
Another night, y'all. I can tell you that. Another great night here in the region. Man. Let's see what we gonna go with now. We talking about school pride tonight, and all that good stuff. That's the deal. We got to build better school pride in some of these schools so that the kids, once they get to high school, they can really just lock in on being pro whatever school they're at. And, I know a lot of you got 8th grade parents probably shopping their kids around trying to figure out where they need to go. And really your answer lies within the kid. Where do you want to go? Where are you going to go that's going to better you as a player? What do you think that you need to go? Because wherever your heart is, that's where you're going to be. I learned that years ago. Wherever your heart is, that's where you're going to be. Sarah Lane class of 27. See what I'm saying? Sarah Lane can literally say that our class of 27 is better than everybody, and everybody else don't even know who their class of 27 is.
Yeah.
And Sarah Lane is already promoting their class of 27. And, Sarah Lane is almost like a cheat sheet right now. Anything that happens up there positive is almost like the cheat sheet for everybody else, because they doing everything in decency and in order. It's an order that's going on in Sarah Lane that's like nowhere else, unless you go to Picayune, or unless you go to Oak Grove High School, Pascagoula High School, or one of them schools over in Mississippi. The order is totally different.
Yeah, they just want to outwork everybody, and it's kind of like that old Southern Miss motto: anybody, anytime, anywhere.
And those kids get a jump start on building chemistry. When you got a school like Blount don't have probably any 8th graders or the class of 27 working out with their team right now. Why? Because the feeder pattern is so screwed up. You might have a Baker coach trying to get a kid who's on to come to Blount. You might have a Faith Academy coach trying to get a kid who's supposed to be zoned for Blount. Well, the kids in Sarah Lane don't even have to worry about that.
No, Coach, there's kids from Sarah Lane. They're getting talked to by private schools and Mobile County public schools. People are desperate right now. It's desperation mode.
And
who can we get on the field the fastest?
Yeah. But there's always limits. It's not like every school has the same setup. Viger has a different setup than what Sarah Lane has. But both of them won the last 2 state championships down here in this area.
Yeah, maybe from Blount or LaFleur might find a way to go to Viger, but if you don't really live in Viger district, you ain't going to Viger.
Unless somebody in your family. That's the only way.
Exactly. Yeah.
You ain't just popping up, I live in DIP and I'm going to Viger. Not gonna happen. You better have some kin folks out there.
Right. That's like going to Chestang and not being from Trinity Garden.
Exactly.
Okay, then. I don't know about the private schools and the feeder program, but God bless them if they get these kids and get them over there.
But see, here go the thing: the Mobile Park, the Mobile Park teams, they have been the feeder program for the middle schools for years. Get this kid in by his 7th grade year, he eligible. And Sarah Lane got a couple kids that got in 7th grade year. That's that's locked in at Saraland. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But those people knew that. Those people knew, oh, I got to get my kid in my 7th grade year. So he locked in or 6th grade year. So he locked in, you know. Well, we got some people are procrastinating. Do I want to go to my high school I graduated from or where I live? So now there's the confusion. The confusion never with the kid. It's majority of the time is with the parent.
I'll tell you what's bad right now. I've watched this happen a couple of times. So I don't know if it's because of the Michael Jordan special or what, but I'm sorry for the feedback if we're getting any, but there's a lot of these graduate moms that end up making the decision for their son, and a lot of times it's from where they graduated from, but their son ain't gonna play till 11th or 12th grade, or not get the time he should have in 9th or 10th grade, and probably could be starting for somewhere else ASAP, getting some film.
Mr. Bird says Saraland is a university to put some respect on my name.
Oh, there ain't no doubt. There ain't no doubt. It's Saraland the youth.
And we talked about this last night. Vikings had the same time, and they didn't win a lot of championships that we should have won. I was on the coaching staff. I know it's a lot of championships we should have won at Vikings that we didn't win.
Heck, some of those,
but it's a lot of them that we did win. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all this: between Blount and Vikings is 14 red or blue maps in football. 14 of them. 14. That's a lot of red maps and blue maps. Some schools don't even have a red map. Davidson, no red maps. Theodore, no red maps.
I knew you were going to say it.
So at the end of the day, we can go down the list. Baker, no red maps in football. We ain't even talking about the blue maps. We're talking about the red maps.
In a way,
Saraland has two red maps.
Yeah, even though it was the gold trophies back then and silver, but Murphy has more blue and red maps than a lot of schools.
Yeah. Y'all tradition matters too, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all this: you either better close some of them schools that's traditionally rich, or those schools gonna end up catching life again, and it's gonna be hell to play trying to beat those teams. I'm telling you, it's gonna be hell to play trying to beat those teams.
Hell to play and pay, yep.
Telling you, it's gonna be very hard to beat those schools. Especially if they start getting kids that parents and stuff went there.
Yeah, Coach.
Who's up next?
Just wondering. Now that you're talking about parents, we got any do you knows or who's up next tonight?
Let me see. Let's see more.
Apologize, everybody. I'm kind of out in the country, so just don't have a good connection tonight at the moment. I'm gonna try to come out and come back in if I need to.
No, you good. We can hear you. I didn't get a chance to do the who's up next. I've been dealing with some of the stuff that's taking place at some of the schools.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of time, and we were trying to get the one huddle on another kid because we had two people matched up that we thought we had. And, we're just gonna have to get a little bit more huddle from this season.
Oh yeah.
People, make sure you're putting your stuff in current huddle and max prep stats if you can. It's definitely helping the players that have it.
Man, I can tell y'all this. I try not to have any personal views about what's going on because we're not dealing with the city commercials from last night. Then. I try not to have any personal views on what's taking place, and y'all, I really try to hold back on some things because people are so sensitive these days, and some people have said the wrong things when they got into personal mode lately. And it's consequences, by saying the wrong thing about kids. And, man, it's just a lot going on. I'm getting an update on the Greenville. Oh, okay.
Hey, Coach Bird said, let's see them commercials from last night, man. We might as well give them I mean, you did a great job on the editing and the sound and the music and producing, Coach. So you might as well just go ahead and do it.
Well, let me get the video. Come on, looking at somewhere now. All right, here we go. You don't want to. Oh yeah, it's Taps Tuesday once again.
Reggie Bush, baby.
Tell you.
You got that other one, Coach? Might as well just show them back to back. The viewers are here.
Let's see what we got here.
Remix.
back here, y'all. Live. It's
Both
another
sides.
Taps Tuesday. Here on the
Running through
show.
their face.
Tell you, y'all, tradition matters. I tell y'all that.
Culture matters.
So,
That's really what it's all about, man. What type of culture are you creating?
man, I can tell you it is. I know Sarah Lynn not lacking on no coaching right now.
Yeah, he Heisman him, man. I'm enjoying it.
I can tell you this. It's gonna be interesting to see what Biden gonna do.
Yeah, they got some specimens over there, man. I'm not gonna lie. Some teams are just having to play catch up, but I mean they're there, they're ready again. They kind of, I think they got shocked last year. I think that BC Rain game shocked them, which shows how really great BC Rain is. I mean, the Mobile County public school system, they made pound for pound have the best quarterback, bar none. You know, I'm not including across the bay or private schools or in the entire region, but you know, at least in MCPSS, he looks like the best QB one to me.
I know some people might say Jared Hollins, but after seeing Deuce Knight, it's hard for me to say that again. You know,
Well, not taking
because
anything away from Jared Hollins either.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But Amari Eldon played a Viger state champion in the way he
You
beat
talking
them.
about a 4-year starter?
Right, and he can't be the entire team. We're talking about a body of work and the eye test and the film. And what I'm seeing lately, kind of like how people say going to this or going to that or spring training, he's going to national 7-on-7 events and looking very poised and kind of looking like a Viger quarterback in a lot of ways with his mechanics and just pocket navigation and stature in the pocket and ball carriage. He kind of looks like state champion from 2 seasons ago. Played for the same 7-on-7 team.
Oh yeah, and a lot of people, they might say 7-on-7 don't mean nothing. Oh, it means something. I can tell you that. Yeah, we found that out last year. This time of the year. I don't know. It might be me, y'all. It might be me with the echo that's making Jeff echo. I know I'm in an empty room, so it's definitely gonna echo. But it sounds pretty good on my end. I think it might be my phone making it echo. But I'm telling you, man, it's just gonna be interesting. Running back, Bryce Dowling for BC Rain, another great running back. You got your Cord Barnes. Joe Lott gonna get the ball a lot over at UMS, right? You got EJ King out there at Faith Academy. You got the McGaskin kid, the 8th grader. That's gonna be a 9th grader next year over at Williamson. That's another good running back in that 5A Region 1. And of course, you got Ronnie Wall, the Cadillac of running backs in that 5A Region 1. And then when you look at receivers, that's where it get tricky. You got Ty Goodwill out there at Faith Academy. Then you got Jerry and Graham over there at Viger. And everybody else pretty much, gonna have to make a name for themselves, at the receiver spot in 5A Region 1. That's gonna be interesting to see how some of those kids, Williamson had a bunch of young receivers last year. So that's gonna be interesting to see how many of those kids rise to the occasion.
Yeah. and they've been, without one of their best receivers that is at another school for basically the last 2 seasons. You hear me, Coach?
Yeah.
But yeah, give credit where credit's good. Goodwill, I know one of the best out there, and Jerry and Graham. Some other people are gonna have to step up and kind of, try to compete at their level if you can.
But man, I tell you, man, another great night here in our region. Man, I can tell you this. It's gonna be fun, y'all. It's going to be fun to see. You know, what all happens. But Jeff, what other division that you want to talk about tonight?
Well, you just did 5A before I came on.
Well, I'm just saying, period. It don't matter what it is. It can be back in 5A. It don't matter.
We can. So what's looking like the top 4 contenders? The top 2, Faith and Gulf Shores in no order, right?
Well,
Basically. Or Williamson after that, or right up there with them, no order, 1, 2, and 3. Who's maybe a 4th team just to throw in there?
Now that's where it get interesting, and it's in no order,
Oh, my
It's gonna
bad.
be hard
I
to beat
guess
those
we
teams.
gotta go with tradition matters and just say in no particular order, Viger's got to be in there.
Ooh.
I mean, I hate to do it to that other team that I'm rooting for and everything, but with everything going back, I mean, I guess because of what I wanted to say earlier, I guess I'll be the one that just picks in no particular order: BC Rain, Williamson, Viger, Faith Academy. So BC Rain, Viger, Williamson, Faith Academy. Man, and then I'm leaving out. There's one more 5A school that I'm just kind of forgetting about.
You on this?
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? I can't do it. I know they'll be one of the most disciplined teams. Maybe they just finally lost so much senior talent. It's going to be, maybe Gulf Shores isn't even as good as them if they're having to put Mr. Everything. If he has to go to quarterback.
So they say they got one for Louisiana. The quarterback moved in from Louisiana.
Gulf Shores?
Yep.
Oh, man, yeah, maybe. I don't know. This year, I just feel like Vigers traditionally and what they work for and the pride, and just the whole, it's a lifestyle. Them and Williamson, from what I've seen in the off season, a little bit I have keeping up some Williamson kids. Of course, Faith Academy, man. To me, they got to be like a front runner or a favorite. Then BC Rain, man, they got a lot of 2 and 3, 4-year starters on that team, and they're pretty senior heavy. So I'll have faith in all those teams, and somebody's got to take a chance on them. So I believe in you guys. Get the job done.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be interesting though. To see 6A Region One as well. What all transpires with the new coaches. Um,
Yeah.
who all got their returning coaches? You got Saraland, um, Spanish Fort, Robertsdale, and Baldwin County are the only schools that's returning, the same head coach. Um,
Yeah. If you want to go with experience matters, it'd have to be Saraland, St. Paul's, Spanish Fort. Trying to think of a fourth team. You can't really say Blunt right now. Can't say McGill. Maybe Baldwin County.
Say that again, Joe. What you say?
I was saying experience. Like coaching matters. Experience matters. So, some people are new to the party. So, you got Saraland. Really wouldn't be Spanish Fort. You could say Theodore because Massey got so much experience. St. Paul's, Spanish Fort. Yeah, they're about on the same level on experience, head coaching experience, and staff experience. That's where you kind of start looking at even when it
Well,
comes
you
to
gotta
staff
realize
experience.
Chase Smith is only a second year head coach
Right.
at
He had a
Spanish
lot of
Fort.
good, big game, I guess, assistant experience. And he's already had some big games where, he's won some big games and been in some real close games with state champions and, long running playoff deep contenders.
Oh yeah.
We were at the Saraland game last year. I don't think you could have coached a better game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you hate to say that about a losing end, but I guarantee you that the Saraland staff would have enough respect to say, "Oh yeah, they might have been one of the hardest teams we played all year, especially first half, maybe halfway through the third quarter."
Let's see if I can pull up some of that video from some of those games. Man, it's just so. Man, I'm telling you, it's fun when you can just sit here and watch film and see the development of the kids, and you know, just reflect on what the season entailed. And a lot of people, they might not want us to talk about what's probably going to happen next year, but people want to know. People don't want to have a stale mentality when it comes to next season. Oh man, we gotta wait all the way to next season. No, we're gonna talk about it
Well, no, I
365.
mean, I've been keeping up with a lot of kids and a lot what goes on, even how hard they're working in the off season around the county and the region. So I feel like now, I even have a little bit more knowing than what I did last year. And I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna give credit where credit's due, and I mean that's why I'm kind of like, hey, kind of like I did Theodore last year, and you're just gonna have to live up to it. Faith Academy. I believe you got the athletes and the coaching staff to do it. Now y'all just got to find a way to, take it one day at a time, one play at a time, and just get the job done.
Oh yeah. And it's no knock on nobody because we making predictions and stuff
Well,
like
I mean,
that.
that's not Saraland. It would just be like a Thompson. They're both expected to go undefeated and win a state championship again.
Exactly.
We're not doing it. I mean, just America's doing that. They just think they're so talented and so good now that it's basically like Hoover MTV two-a-days. They're going to go out there and just wipe the floor with anybody.
Oh yeah, and 9 times out of 10, that's what's going to happen. It ain't no knock on nobody's team. That these teams are going to be good. But man, I'm telling you, it's just fun sitting here
Well, it's no different really, and here's a good comparison. Uh, Cottage Hill went from being a team that some people would pick, some people wouldn't. Now they're a heavy favorite in most games they're in.
Because see, this was the I'm gonna say this. You got a lot of coaches that gonna tell you well, they gonna find tell that coach the same thing with coach. Oh yeah. I'm
Hey,
trying
I
to
want to be on
download
that
this video.
conversation. I like that.
Oh yeah. Look at this video, But man, I'm telling you, it's always good to go back and watch some of the highlights from the season, and you know, and just see the progress that a kid can make. Being a former school coach, man, you just see, you know, I can just remember kids that got better every practice, every game, and by the end of the season, them kids end up being college prospects. And that's the thing that a lot of people really don't understand about this game. And with the transfer portal, it's very important for the Icons for Southeast and some of the other media outlets to get your kids out there, so people can see what your kid can actually do. Let me go see what clip this is. Spanish Fort game right here. I thought there was a Spanish Fort video. I got a bunch of that. But man, you can hear those cowbells, and man, it gets so loud over at Spanish Fort for a ball game. Man, you ought to hear the cowbells when they played Theodore. Oh my God. Man, it was just phenomenal. What took place over there that night. And just talk about some of the traditions uh, that a lot of these schools have before we get off the panel, where you bring up BC Rain's schedule. Ooh, let me put up BC Rain's schedule. Oh man, y'all drop your comments, your questions, uh, in the comments, so we can post your questions in the comments, y'all. Anything y'all want to ask tonight, y'all do that. But yeah, let me pull up BC Rain's schedule real quick. Coach, you still here with me?
Yeah, Coach. I was reading something somebody sent me about a recruit.
Okay. Let's pull up BC Rain's schedule. I think they played Excel first again. That's gonna be interesting. Excel beat them last year, y'all, 22-18. I never forget the score. And I warned BC Rain before they went and played them. They're not, your average better. But matter of fact, they lost 22-20 in that game. Then they beat Wagner 22-7. So a lot of people might have thought that Wagner game was close. That wasn't close, y'all. They pulled away in that game. But then they turned around and lost to Faith Academy 34-0. And y'all, they had a string of shutouts. Then they turned around and lost to Williamson 20-0. Then Jeff Davison beat them 38-0. This year they have to go to Davison, and they'll have to host Faith Academy this year. And they'll have to go to Pritchard and play Wagner. And they'll host Excel first. I'm just going back down through the games. And then they host the Central Male team. They beat them 41-6. They're gonna have to travel to UMS Wright. UMS Wright beat them 42-7 last year. They're gonna have a home game against LaFleur. They beat LaFleur 41-23, and they played Alberta at Alberta. So Alberta will come to them. They beat them 24-2. And Gulf Shores just dismantled them, y'all. They beat them 56-27 in that game. At one point, it was a back and forth seesaw game, and Gulf Shores just kept scoring. And that game will be in Gulf Shores this year. So they have a balanced schedule, y'all. They play XL Viger, Faith Academy, Williamson, Davidson, Central UMS Wright, LaFleur, Alberta, and Gulf Shores. What you think about BC Rain, Coach?
I mean, I like them this year, man. Really do.
You know, I can say that BC Rain is just a team of underdogs. You know, if you're looking at a team and you say, yeah, man, this team here, man, it's almost like, man, they earned their stripes. You know, they made the playoffs a couple years ago. They was a playoff team coming into last season, and ended up with a three-way tie with them, Williamson and Viger. And Williamson ultimately won the tiebreaker. Man, I tell you, it's very interesting on who what John Ray say? How would you say coaches, top 10 discipline coaches? Who are the top 10 discipline coaches? I don't know, man. That's a hard pick, John Ray. We just had to pick 10 people. Jeff, you still?
Oh, I'm here. That's a hard pick, John, right? He wants us to pick the 10 most disciplined coaches in what? Each region or what?
Just period. I guess. That's hard. That's broad, John Ray. It's a bunch of discipline coaches now. We ain't gonna sit here and say.
Yeah, that's what people gotta understand too. Sometimes it's not the coaches, it's the players.
Exactly.
You hate to say it. Coach can't play for the players. He may have coached
I'm telling you.
Sometimes it doesn't mean they're a bad coach.
Y'all, he know the thing, y'all.
Kids are garbage.
John Ray, we would throw a coach under the bus, but we kind of protect the players by saying things like that. It don't be the coaches all the time, man. You know, sometimes it's the personnel that you have, and this is where pride takes in it, because if you love where you are, then you're gonna treat it different. You know, I never wanted to get suspended when I was in school because I love Viger. You know, when I played there, you know, couldn't nobody talk about Viger, and I bragged on my school. So at the end of the day, it is what it is, and you know that's something can't nobody take away from me. But I can't penalize a kid because they don't feel the same way. You know, probably they go there now. You know, but it is what it is. Everything ain't on the coaches. I want people to understand that too. Everything is not on the coaches. That's why it's a collective effort. I know a lot of coaches. Exactly. It's coach for it. Okay. It's gonna be who wants it more. Exactly. Kids gotta want it too, y'all. You know, the coaches can want it for you all day, give you the best weight equipment, put you in the best offense, but you gotta want to catch the ball. And this is the thing that, you know, some people might say, oh man, they're on the Blunt bandwagon. Oh man, they're giving them folks too much credit. They ain't gonna do this, they ain't gonna do that. And it's really pissing some adults off on how much we brag and talk about Blunt. Y'all, they made 180 turnover. You know, they're not the same team. So, at the end of the day, we got to sit there and reward them for reaching that achievement, Jeff. What you think about that?
Man, that's pretty big time. You gotta give credit where credit's due. Numbers
You
don't
know,
lie.
some people saying, "Oh man, everybody at the school should be at the weight program." They never had a weight program like this. You talk about a school at one time that never had a weight room. Same school, Jeff. Same school that didn't have a weight room.
And when they had one, it was too small for a school.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, be careful what you say about school. Just be careful what you say about the school. That's my biggest thing. Because there's kids out there that one day you might be on your deathbed and boy, they your nurse and they say, "You remember you said something about my school?" Boy, look, that's one thing I probably won't ever have to worry about.
Boy, I've never seen that before. I've seen it before.
Yeah. Man, you remember what you said about my school? Back, call us, man, we don't give a damn about you, or whatever they said, about the kids, which was irrelevant, and nobody's going to check the person. So at the end of the day, it's water under the bridge, but somebody else can do it. And boy, it's like the whole world came to an end. When Q cussed out Blaine Clausell, well, it was like the worst thing that ever happened. But, it's all about the favorites list. The favorites list is running this region.
But people could talk about me, you, or whoever any day, and we can care less. And
Exactly.
We ain't crying.
Exactly. We don't give a care. If that's a statement, we don't give a care. If you want to talk bad about us and, they the clown show now, and man, we don't care about that, man. As long as we over here talking about kids in a positive manner, we ain't talking about forget the kids and all that. I don't care if he was mad at us.
Clown's a conspiracy theory term. I mean, excuse me.
I'm telling you. But look, I'm telling you. But you're gonna turn us into the Clowns the movie.
Who ain't said that the other? We ain't even gonna get into it, man. Other people say stuff about.
How about this, Jeff?
Things, man.
How about this, Jeff? They don't want us to turn into the Clowns the movie. Shit, that's a horror film.
Man, I'm the Joker. You ain't figured that out yet.
I'm telling you,
Joker. I've been playing a joke on all y'all, man. This is so stupid. Y'all believe it. Man.
And my thing is
half the things, but people are just so gullible, man.
My thing is this: if I mean this when I say this, and I'm gonna leave it alone. If some spin-off of something else and it's not original, come on, man, be for real. What type of society are we living in? We sitting there having a debate about, our show better than theirs and they show better than ours.
But the thing about it is, hey, exactly. You're never gonna hear Fox or ESPN going, "We're better. They turn it into like we still on the same network." It's like, no, man, you just tend to you and we tend to us.
Exactly. We write articles, y'all don't. Y'all talk about bullshit and we don't. It is what it is. Y'all part of the street committee and we not. Whatever you want to call it.
The truth come to light, bro.
At the end of the day, everybody gonna be happy with what everybody's doing. McDonald's ain't complaining that it's a Burger King across the street. I can tell y'all that. And when they do, McDonald's going out of business. But quality is in your work. All I say is we gonna make it hard for you. We gonna make it hard for you. On a Friday night, we gonna see how many people gonna be flipping back and forth trying to get the right and the best news on Friday night. You know, how many people gonna be waiting on taps? You know, you can't steal that. You know, you can steal a platform, but you can't steal originality. See, we can play taps, and everybody know where it started from. You know, now you got to come up with your own. You know, be original. You know, that's all I say about it. But man, we back to the kids. Who's up next? Man, we got a couple special kids. We got a couple special kids that we gonna get on. Who's up next? Go on, get Jeff back on. Couple more kids that we gonna get on. Who's up next? And do you know? I know I got a couple of them to do tomorrow to make up for the day. Should we gonna double it up, Jeff?
Oh yeah. We're waiting on a couple of kids' dads because they're real and have it work today. Everything ain't about no show.
Exactly.
We got real life filtering. Everybody ain't about it.
You know, my thing is this, and we don't have to put video highlights on everybody. That's just something that we did extra. Really, we wanted to just write a little quick article on the kids. And y'all, we're gonna start that as well. Y'all, the website, make sure you visit the website. You know, and check out what's going on Icon Sports Southeast. Go on there and click subscribe. Put your email and information in, so whenever article gets put out, you'll get that article. Just like you and several other hundred college coaches, you know, they receive our, you know, they subscribe to us and they get those articles. But you know, yeah, we gonna get a couple kids on soon. That's gonna be interesting too. You know, we not in a. It's not a competition that we got going on. Yeah, we gonna do what we do and worry about that. That's all we can worry about. Everything else take care of itself. So, y'all, we get bored to you. You know, give us some ideas, put them in the comments, and you know we'll talk about it. You know, this is the only show where you can interact and you can get a real professional answer. You know, should we gonna sell our show? Should we steal the best show ever? You know, we ain't gonna stop doing that because it's a controversy going on. We didn't even start. I'm just gonna say that. But, I'm excited about the future, what it holds, and telling you, it's gonna be interesting. Interesting. Next couple months. Got the showcase next Friday up in McIntosh. Telling you, that's gonna be a good little event. Make sure y'all sign your kids up, your basketball players. Man, see that's the thing, Jeff. We spend a lot of time talking football, and the basketball kids standing in the corner, and nobody's talking about the basketball kids.
I ain't gonna lie though. For all my football kids that may end up, God willing, being an NBA player from here, and maybe basketball is your sport, I will be up in McIntosh next weekend. Get me a good deer sausage dog.
So
you best believe it.
Y'all, I'll be back down in Gulfport this weekend. Back in Mississippi again, Jeff. Basketball tournament down there. Telling you, man, it's royalty.
Mississippi's hot.
Tell you, Jeff, it's like royalty when we go down in Mississippi.
They
roll out the red carpet down there. Them people roll out the red carpet, Jeff. I'm telling you.
At least you ain't kind of wondering.
They roll out the red carpet. I can tell you that. You go down there, Joe. I can't wait.
Man,
I can't wait to go to a Hattiesburg High and say that or anything. Wednesday night is Hannah Bourne. Oh yeah, Hannah Bourne tomorrow. Tell you, telling you, man. We really appreciate everybody that's been on here with us. Drop your post your questions in the comments if you got something that you want to ask us, and we'll come back to that. But man, we was looking at BC Rain's schedule. I'm gonna go back and pull up BC Rain because that's one of the teams that didn't make the playoffs. Jim.
and they had some good early wins, but then they had some slippages.
Well, they actually started off. I'm gonna tell you, BC Rain. They started off 1-4, and kind of got it going. Ooh, yeah, 1-4, and then they went 3-2 in the second half of the season, and they ended up 4-6 on the season. But they ended up 4-4 in the region, and they lost the two non-region games to Excel and Davidson. I'm telling you, Davidson, man, we never talk about 7. We never talk about 7. I'm gonna flip it over to Davidson real quick. Davidson went 3-7 last year, Jeff. I didn't know it was that bad. They lost to Hillcrest Evergreen 34-10. They lost to Baker 41-16, Daphne 40-20, Fairhope 55-28, BBC Rain 38-0, lost to Mary G 38-14, beat Park Crossing 28-14, lost to Foley 43-41, beat Alma Bryant 28-7, and lost to Jackson 44-14. Ooh, boy, you talk about a team that boy, they took it on in the chin when they lost. They had only one close game, and that was the 43-41 win loss to Foley. I think that's the night Derek Butler went crazy against Foley. But they lost to Hillcrest Evergreen and Jackson, a 3A and a 4A school last season. Should we look at Alma Bryant teams that we normally don't talk about? We got to talk about them, Jeff. Alma Bryant 0-6 in the region. They beat Hopeville 35-29, lost to Daphne 25-0, beat Central 7-6, lost to Mary G 33-19, beat Robertsdale 41-20, lost to Baker 27-6, Foley 55-32, Fairhope 37-7, Davidson 28-7, and Northridge 41-7. So they ended the regular season on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-game losing streak. Yeah, they had a 5-game losing streak. KT is the coach. They're still there at Williamson. We had him on the show last year. Oh yeah, he's still there. Coach Coleman's still there. What's another team we normally don't talk about, Jeff? Robertsdale. Shit, let's talk about Robertsdale.
Yeah, they probably got a few athletes.
Robertsdale, they went 0-10 last year, y'all. They lost to. Oh, they played Theodore their first game. Oh my God. They beat my bad. They lost Theodore 34-0, Blunt 42-24, McGill 38-7, Sierland 50-0, Alma Bryant 41-20, Murphy 47-20, St. Paul's 39-14, Spanish Fort 42-13, Mary G 42-0, and Baldwin County 51-27. Baldwin County, another school that we that really just fell off the whole barn last year. We thought they had a great team. Chemistry. They had chemistry issues. Everybody um, was complaining about the quarterback or something. It was something they was complaining about. And y'all, it was the detriment of that team. They lost to Foley 14 and then Spanish Fort 42-7, Theodore 49, then Blunt 18 nothing, Mayor G 35-7, McGill Tulin 27-9, Saraland 48-7, Murphy 22-18, St. Paul's 28-14, and they beat Robertsdale 51-27. Since we talking about St. Paul, might well pull up their schedule. Um, St. Paul started the season off. They lost to UMS Wright 21-14. Beat McGill in a game that ended up getting them in the playoffs 16-3. Lost to Saraland 42-14. Murphy. They beat Murphy 35-7. Lost to Faith Academy 34-7. Lost to Spanish Fort 41-38 in 3 overtime. I did not know that. Beat Robertsdale 39-14. Blunt 22-14. Baldwin County 28-14. Lost to Theodore 16-3. Went to the playoffs. Beat Carver Montgomery 13-0. Pelham 38-7. And ultimately lost to Theodore 37-0. McGill Tulin. I guess we'll pull up their schedule next, Joe. McGill Tulin went 5-5. They lost to Montgomery Catholic 42-21. St. Paul 16-3. They beat Robertsdale 38-7. Beat Murphy 34-14. Beat St. Michael's 27-7. They beat Baldwin County 27-9. Lost to Spanish Fort 33-24. That was a good game too. Theodore, they lost to Theodore 37-10. Beat Blunt 45-18. And lost to Saraland 48-31. Speaking of Blunt, we're gonna talk about Blunt's schedule. They went 3-7 last season. 3-5 in the region. They lost to Viger 7-0. Spanish Fort, they lost 16-6. Beat Robertsdale 42-24. They beat Baldwin County 18-0. Lost to Williamson 12-6. Saraland 35-0. Theodore 35-0. Lost to St. Paul's 22-14. Lost to McGill 45-18 and beat Murphy in the last game of the year 28-22. Speaking of Murphy and his new coach, they lost to Saraland 49-20. Theodore 41-13. St. Paul's 35-7. McGill Tulin 34-14. Gulf Shores 35-14. Beat Robertsdale 47-20. Beat Baldwin County 22-18. Lost to Spanish Fort 45-6. And lost to Blunt 28-22. Well, Jeff, we done broke down the whole 6A region, one besides Saraland and Theodore. Those were the top 2 teams in that region. What teams do you see making an impact this year? Just turning over a new leaf, so to speak.
I'm undecided on the key schools. Spanish Fort, for sure. I think they're going to turn over a new leaf to be a top dog for running again.
I really think Spanish Fort Spanish Fort not having the spring. They opted out for the 10 days. So that's gonna be interesting.
Well, they are a humongous baseball community.
Yeah. So, my thing is this: you either playing football or you're not. That's my take on it. Spanish Fort is the name speaks for itself. Multiple state championships. Been there. Got the blue maps too. Um, but it's gonna be interesting. Year two, Chase Smith. What are the expectations the community is gonna have? Can we get put out in the first round 2 years in a row? They can't afford to lose 2 years in a row.
Right.
Yeah. Park Crossing, not Park Crossing, Pike Road put them out last year. And, Pike Road gonna have a new coach this year. So that's gonna be interesting. Um, right there. Another team, brand new team is Theodore. This is not the number one ranked Theodore team. They're under new coach, Steve Mass. So expect some changes. It's gonna be some of the things gonna be done the way they used to be, but it's gonna be some new wrinkles. And I'm sure Coach Mass gonna do a great job. But
Oh yeah.
it's just a settling in period. Um, spring training very important for Theodore this spring. Hoping that they can keep all the kids there. That should be the biggest goal for Theodore, I think. Just making sure Faith got Biloxi. Ooh, that's gonna be good for the spring game. Definitely gonna check that one out. That's gonna be interesting. Um, St. Paul's. St. Paul's, now you got second year coach Ham Barnett, second year under Coach Trans offensive system. That's gonna be interesting to see. Um, what's the development at quarterback? A lot of people say St. Paul didn't have a good quarterback. What's his development into what they really want to do at St. Paul? They had success in games, like Carver Montgomery. They beat a great Carver Montgomery team with two of the top defensive linemen in the country. And I know a lot of people, obviously was saying it. They beat Carver Montgomery without the quarterback, but they still had the big defensive linemen. So it should have been harder for St. Paul to score. So St. Paul, I think, grew up more than any other team did, besides Saraland
Yeah.
last
It's going to be
season.
hard when it really comes time for week to week, even their preseason picks, to not leave them out of the top four.
And then, man, you sit there and then you think about Blunt. Everybody, all eyes on Blunt right now. People got their eyes on Pritchard. They watching both schools. It's gonna be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to be taking place out at Blunt. Yeah, they implement a new system, but can the kids make the catches? Can they hold on to the ball? Stuff that the coach don't really determine. Just like you say, it goes on the players. Some of this blame that a lot of teams have ultimately goes to the players making the play, and it's personnel issues. That's why you can't be too high on a kid or too low on a kid. So that's pretty much giving kids an opportunity to be great. But
Yep, I agree with you, Coach.
my thing is, man, it's just a lot to deal with. Man, it's gonna be fun to see. Six. I know some people like, man, do y'all ever talk 7? Jeff, we got to do better on top of 7.
Well, we're going to go right to it and then go down to 4A.
Yeah.
Let's do it real quick. We can do this fast.
No, I'm just saying in the future, we need to talk more on 7. You
No, I
know,
mean, I'm good. Go over a few
yeah.
of them right now.
Let's who you want to talk about in 7? It's gonna be interesting about Baker. Um, Baker is gonna be the team I'm gonna watch in 7A this season. With Flowers at quarterback. And see, this is the thing everybody forgot about Baker. KJ Beckham, Kevin Beckham Jr. got hurt in the 7-on-7 out in South. And that kid is back, Jeff. So now Baker has added another weapon.
I like what Keith says, but I'm going to swap his 2 and 1.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Baker won the region last
teams, maybe even no particular order, but I'm swapping 2 and 1 today.
Yeah, got big Baker, Baker. That's what I'm saying. I like Baker. I like Baker a whole lot. Especially if Flowers is that quarterback. I'm telling you. Baker is gonna be that team I'm gonna keep an eye on. Baker was one of those gritty teams too, y'all. They won the games when you least expected them to win, so they could win the region, and they ultimately won the region. Yeah, Q. They lost. Well, Foley won the region. Baker was second, but it was tiebreakers that made everybody. Fairhope ended up being a 4 seed, and they had the better record. You know, it's gonna be fun. I like KJ Beckham though, coming back to Baker. It's gonna give Josh Flowers a great target. And you know, when you got a great quarterback and then you got a great receiver like KJ Beckham is, that's gonna be very interesting. And you know, not taken away from the other kids. That's just another weapon. You know, shoot. You know, I might have a 12-gauge shotgun, but shoot, I might want a AK-47 too. You know, so you know, I hate to use shotguns and assault rifles as examples, but you know, it is what it is. You know, I can have a Cadillac, but I really have a Bentley. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. And Elston, oh yeah, Shamar Elston, yeah, that's another kid. But Davison, DJ Butler, getting recruited by a lot of. Davison gonna be circled on a lot of people's schedules, and I'm gonna tell you why, Jeff. Because nobody's gonna want Derek Butler to have a big game against them. Man, that kid shot out of a cannon last year. You know,
and you know he was already targeted last year. When it's not like playing running back for Alabama, you know, where you got the best offensive line in the world. You know, everybody's gunning for you. You got a target on your back.
And then, you know, you got to think about Daphne. Does Daphne get back to the Champions Way tradition? You know, Daphne got a couple kids over there. Man, let me go pull up my list again, like I did last night. Oh my God, Daphne got some kids.
I kind of got Daphne beating Fairhope for the 4 spot, maybe.
I got Daphne probably being at the top. Daphne might be all the way back, Jim. They might be. I ain't saying they are. They might be all the
Hey,
way back.
for all we know, it may be like Foley and Daphne Davidson and Baker, and
Yeah,
no Mary G.
yeah.
I mean, just because they won last year.
Man, it's so funny though. You
Yeah,
got all these great
I like
players.
Daphne. They had a few ballers. I mean, they had Creel and Daphne still got kids.
Oh yeah.
Daphne's still Daphne, man. They believe in that place.
Man, you got Nick Clark over there.
That's what I'm
You got
saying.
Tyler Durant, the big defensive lineman. He's there. Um, and I'm gonna tell you this. I saw this with my own two eyes, and I did an article on that game. Daphne Middle School beat Foley. Back when Nick Clark and Perry Thompson and all them were eighth graders. And that's been like a real rivalry, so to speak. But now, Jeff, and as your senior year rolls around, your senior year is a little different because now you are the big dog, you know, no balls. So Daphne got Tyler Durant and Nick Clark. That's all they need. A defensive lineman that's gonna wreak havoc. Uh, and an offensive line, from hell. It's gonna be hard, man. I like Mississippi coverage, KT. My son played there, and nobody knows about Bay Springs High School. I'm telling you, Bay Springs got some more kids down there, y'all. I hate to jump off cue real quick. They got Jalen Gamage, Rondarius Henry, Dalen Pierce is another kid from down in Bay Springs. Y'all gonna know a whole lot about. Jeff, we gonna start. I'm gonna send you this list of kids, the best of the rest list, uh, so we can get these kids on your do your nose because we definitely gonna have to do some do your nose. Oh,
Oh yeah.
Logan Joe Ellenbeck is oh yeah, they won back to back championship. Oh yeah, yeah, back to back championship. So Foley got big Logan Joe Ellenbeck, 6'6", about 325 offensive lineman. Remember Willie Anderson went down there and worked with them. Um, but man, I'm telling you, man, we gotta get man, we gotta get a lot of these kids, man. On your do your nose. Oh man, it's a bunch of them. Let me get this kid name, first name. Hold on real quick. But I'm gonna tell you, man, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to see. I can tell
And
you that. Go ahead, Jeff. I can't hear you, Jeff.
you there?
I
Anyway,
hear you now. Yeah.
I said they need to make it shareable. Their kids' stuff. That's one problem. And then another problem is, they don't have the huddle current or the highlight tape.
Oh, I can get the highlights. I believe me, I can get the highlights. All we need is the kid's name. I can get in and get any kid's highlight film. Um, the access that we have now with a lot of these schools is great. I'm talking about it's so awesome. But man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be fun. You got Man, just so many great schools, man. Man. So many great schools, man. We're gonna be talking football a whole lot. I can tell you that. It's gonna be a whole lot of kids we're gonna
We
be
ain't even
talking
talked about the kid they saw that looked like Bret Hart.
about. Man, it's so many of 'em, man. It's too many of 'em. Man, we're gonna start doing these do you knows. Man, it's gonna take off. I'm telling you, I can promise y'all it is. It's gonna be fun to see. It's gonna be fun to see. I'm telling you. Man, that 2025 and 2026, man, it's a couple pray for Jay Jones. Who is that?
Coach Jonathan Jones, coach for 251, coached at Blunt and Vigor, played quarterback at Blunt, defensive end and QB at Alabama A&M. I don't know what happened to Coach.
What happened to him, Jeff?
He had to have another operation on his leg,
Oh, okay.
but I don't know if he means like it got worse or something, like an infection. I don't know.
Oh man. I'm telling you, man, I'm just ready to start doing these do you knows and so you can sit there and watch the videos, of these kids. Based off of just, oh yeah, man, Lil Pookie is the best one ever. Then somebody sit there and watch the video, man, like, Lil Pookie ain't shit.
Not Mississippi, they're acting like it's Field of Dreams over there, son. Kevin Costner in Hollywood's coming to like you better be like you gonna play for Saban, Texas, Oklahoma, and USC.
Jeff, I'm gonna tell you what we gonna do.
Jimbo
Um,
Fisher, the big names, Kirby.
I'm gonna tell you what we gonna do though. We're going to highlight an Alabama and Mississippi kid every time, I guess for probably gonna be. And if we miss a day, we'll just double it up the next day. There's some singers on
Coach
Volume
Christopher
Blunt.
Fleming, you coach at my old school, man. You coach at Chestang, where I and Sam Shelton won all the championships, man. You carrying on the tradition? I hear you, brother.
Oh yeah. And you got Brandon
I know.
Pitfall
I
at
know if they
Volume.
come. I know if they come from there, they got dog in them. You ain't got
You
to
got
tell me.
you got Brandon Pitfall at Volume. That's a kid flying under the radar. And
Man,
Jeff, I'm
pound
gonna
for
tell you,
pound. Yeah, you're right. Pound for pound, that kid's like a Floyd Mayweather of football. I mean, like he is a tackling machine. Numbers don't
I'm gonna
lie,
tell
but
you this.
ooh,
A lot of people don't know these kids' stats. A lot of people just running off at the mouth and don't really know the work that these kids are putting in. You know, Man, you had Jared Daughtry out there at Faith Academy had 21 touchdown passes.
yeah. A lot of
You had
college coaches like him right now. I mean, guys that I know a rival of IMG, their college team that thinks he's like a old school, freshman year Peyton Manning, kind of a Eli Manning kid.
And then you got Ty Goodwill. He had 11. You had Dorian Smith had 4, and Tyrell Dotson. I expect a big year from Tyrell Dotson out there
Yeah,
in
I
Fayette
was thinking
County.
about him today. Another Chastain kid in middle school.
Another kid that just can fly. Came to our showcase out there, Cottage Hill,
Yep.
and just
Yeah.
can literally fly. Um, Christian Burnett had 16 rushing touchdowns. EJ King had 7 touchdowns. Um, man, you just sit here and just go down the list. Jared Daughtry quarterback rating was 118. He had a 67.9% passing completion percentage. Um, man, that is unheard of. Then you got Brandon Dean. He had 10 sacks. EJ King had 6 sacks. Man, you just go down the list. You had Jaden Simmons. He averaged 8.6 tackles a game for Faith Academy. EJ King, 8.1. Carson Ratcliffe, he had 8.1 per game. Christian Burnett averaged 86 yards a game rushing. That's gonna be something to replace now. It's gonna be a task. Replacing almost 100 yards rushing every game. You know, but we don't want people to get down. And, oh man, they saying we're not gonna do nothing. Jared Daughtry had 2,350 yards passing last year, averaging 14 yards a pass. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
I don't know what you want to put into this stat, but driving the ball across the middle of the field, even into the tackle box, a lot of college coaches, even at some of the lower levels, like when they saw him just throw in 7-on-7, that was the kid they wanted if they could have got him, but they think he's too good for
And Christian Burnett had 1,205 yards. You know, um, Tiny Goodwill had 916 yards receiving. Dorian Smith had 811 yards receiving. That's what that's what Q was talking about the other night. That's going to be a lot to replace 800 yards receiving. Um, um, then you go down the list.
him. Yeah, Q
Oh,
always reminds us of Dorian Smith. There's no doubt.
oh yeah, every time. You know,
Every time.
my thing. Those are the offensive stats. Let's talk about the defensive stats. Tackles. EJ King had 113 tackles.
Yep.
Ratcliffe, he had 113 as well.
Mm.
Um, then you had the Simmons kid, Jaden Simmons. He had 120 tackles. That kid, I think he made Player of the Week a couple weeks. Man, I'm telling you, man, they have a team that you need to keep your eye on.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Tyrell
they're
Dotson.
the most
Tyrell
talented.
Dotson had 6 interceptions last year. Tiny Goodwill had 5 interceptions
Yep.
last year.
Pound
You
for
know,
pound, he might be the best athlete right now in football.
oh yeah, both sides of the
Both
ball,
sides of the ball.
just a
And
wrecking
you know what
crew.
he has? And we've talked about this before. He has the look of the physical specimen of a
Oh
college
yeah,
football player. And I've been
oh
trying to
yeah.
tell kids that too, that it's just like when you've got the game and you've got the look, it's like who can stop you? And that's where he's, proof in the pudding. He's out working everybody.
Tell
You
you,
got to give the credit where credit's due, man. I always will. I always will.
man, we not gonna ever change that. I can tell you that right now.
Yep. So some other kids are gonna have to step up, and I think they will, but they got to go with that old school. It's like I always say, there's a lot of old school scouts and recruiters out there, of the older generation, they want to see you in your first 4 games, and they want to come to either one of those first 4 games and still watch the film, or come to a 5th through 7th game. If
And
you're
you
one
know,
of
a
those
lot of
late
people think,
blooming seniors, you know what I mean?
a lot of people think they're gonna have a big drop off with Dorian Smith on. And you got Ty Dotson back there. Man, he just electrifying his Dorian.
Yeah, the
So,
great kid,
oh yeah,
smiling, loves the game, got a passion for it,
man. And
lifetime
boy, he
performer.
got that little Jeff, he got that run from the police speed that I always talk about.
Oh yeah, hey, he went to Chastain.
Telling you, can
Yeah,
fly,
yeah.
can simply fly.
He
I
even
tell
went there
you
that
that.
first year when I was a PE coach. Whew, that was that
Yeah.
was a historical moment.
I'm telling you, man, we just went down a little quick memory lane. And y'all, I'm telling you, stats matter too, though. Don't think your stats don't matter. Boy, look here, when it come down to it, and oh man, why that kid get a man, he had 113 tackles. So, I was sitting there
Seriously,
thinking about what Q said. I'm thinking, the game I went to, EJ King had a good game, but he might be a linebacker, Jeff. Might
yeah.
just be one of the top
Yeah,
linebackers.
he
113
might be one of the
tackles,
top linebackers, but I mean, if he, feels more
you
natural
know.
running back, I mean, well, who's to say he's not? I don't know.
That ain't for us to decide. The coaches at Faith Academy got to decide. We can say, shit, he a quarterback and shit, they playing that punter. So, it really
Well,
don't
I mean,
matter what we say.
I'll say this, and you already know this. To me, I mean, it's happened to me. It's happened to a lot of guys. When you get put in that athlete category, that's just sometimes a weird category to get put in.
Oh yeah.
I mean, kind of like there's guys probably on Alabama's team that's probably considered more of an athlete, but you know, who knows what that's going to be. You may end up
Oh
playing
yeah.
H-back. They may end up just throwing you in at linebacker. But sometimes guys get caught in the shuffle playing athlete. One of Alabama's all-time best recruits from down here, he was kind of labeled an athlete, and it's like they never really knew exactly what to do with him.
Oh yeah. PJ Scott. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Man.
Electrifying guy though,
Man.
like a Mobile Michael Vick. Probably on the front cover, just as the feature cover person on Mobile Press Register more than anybody.
Yeah, but tell you, man, it's gonna be fun, man. It's Taps Tuesday. Um, for everybody that thought the show wasn't gonna be what it was, we gonna play Taps for y'all tonight. I'm just playing, y'all. But it is what it is, y'all. It is so fun. It's so fun, Jeff, being able to get on the platform and really just be able to talk about these kids, and you know, and just see them flourish right before your eyes.
Man, there was teams I wasn't even knowing how much I liked until even like the last 48 hours.
Oh yeah.
It might as well be like Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy, man. I mean, I've done a lot better, research on some of these teams, and I'm starting to like a few more better.
I can tell you this, it's gonna be fun with these do you knows and who's up next. Who's up next, y'all? Really for our 8th and 9th graders um, to get familiar because some of those kids gonna be playing junior varsity. And we don't want you to get, oh, boy, they did a special on such and such, and then you go to the game, you on JV,
Right.
freshman. There's really no pressure on the who's up next kids. I can tell y'all that. We might feature a whole team in who's up next. You know, it might be a team that we think is going to be a rising, powerhouse. You know, last year when KJ Lacey transferred to Cedarland, boy became a spectacle. What a difference a year makes, Joe. KJ Lacey being at Cedarland a whole year now.
They say it's all
Um,
driven through the quarterback.
oh yeah, but you got to have big time players. You know,
Hey, it's a 11-man game. They got the best
yes,
offensive line, best offensive line coach, the best staff, the best OC, the best quarterbacks coach, the best head coach. I mean, when you got all that, winning kind of takes care of itself. Best running back, best set of receivers. I mean, they're the Alabama and Georgia. They're like Georgia, them and Thompson. They're just kind of in a class of their own.
Oh yeah, man. I really love what we got going on here at Icon Sports Southeast, especially with the Mississippi School. That's what's gonna separate us. Y'all, we're gonna have a totally different audience by by the phone. It's gonna be people y'all don't even know that's gonna be on here. That's our plan. So it is what it is. I'm too excited about what's going on. You go on Twitter and everybody's sharing it. We got new people following Icon Sport now. So man, it's gonna be a totally different group of people, that we're gonna be highlighting, and it's gonna be fun. I'm telling you, I'm very excited about the new endeavors that we're gonna be dealing with here at Icon Sport. Theodore said they're the Mobile County Public School champs. I just saw that post on Twitter. I'm telling you, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Jamarian Gordon, that's another kid. Let me type his name in. He's starting to get a lot of offers up there at Jackson, the freshman cornerback. Then they got another kid, QJ. What's his last name? I can't think of QJ last name. And y'all, one thing about it, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all this. We don't want to saturate you with just Mobile and Baldwin County football. This is gonna be more of a regional deal. Yeah, we gonna mention some Mobile, but man, we gonna be highlighting kids in Mississippi as well. So this gonna be a different platform in that sense anyway. Oh yeah, man, make sure y'all visit Icon Sport Southeast .com so y'all can check out the website. Put that in the comments. Tell you, man, make sure y'all subscribe, all that good stuff. We definitely want y'all to get the latest news and information. Tell you, now go to the website. Make sure y'all follow it. Subscribe to it. It don't cost anything to subscribe. Jeff, Coach Dave. Oh, you fell off. Y'all, it's that time of the night. I can tell y'all this. It's 12:01, and y'all, we gonna be off by 12 every night. Hopefully. But y'all, we getting ready for the showcase, basketball showcase, coming up next week. No, we already here. Next week, next Friday, up in McIntosh. Make sure you register. Get ready. It's coming. We are excited. We are too excited about what's taking place here in this region. Y'all, I'm telling you, just like I said, be on the lookout for them do you knows. It's gonna be several of them. And y'all, once we get to 10, that's when we do the articles on the Icon Sports Southeast page. So you definitely want to go check those out once we do those. That's gonna be outstanding. But y'all, with all that said, y'all, it's that time of the night, y'all. We're gonna wish everybody a good night. And y'all, Icon Sport, y'all, we out of here. Peace.